Good morning, everyone. So I am finally getting to my tag videos. I really apologize, guys, for being so late on this, but we've just been kind of busy doing everything else. First of all, I'm not going to tag anybody only because I know everyone is busy. Everyone has already been tagged a million times. So I've been tagged by 3 different people. Great YouTube channels. The first one being CB and Renee over at CB's Greenhouse and Garden. Amazing channel. You're going to have to go check them out. I'm going to put all the links on the description below. Second one was from Ed over at PRATTS Greenhouse. Another amazing channel. Him and Trina do amazing work. They do what my passion was with the flowers and all that kind of stuff. And the third one was Brent over at Hydroponic Gardening and more with Brent. So there's another amazing channel. There's so many amazing channels out there. It's you know what? It would actually be very hard to tag anyone for me because I love all the channels. So what just happened was I was planning on just doing this video, and then I just got a 20-pound Swiss chard order. So I'm going to do my tag video while I'm harvesting. So we will see you in a minute. I'm just going to gather up all my totes and my scissors and wash my hands, and we will be right back. Alright, so I hope this works. I hope you can hear me properly with all the fans going. It's actually nice and quiet in here because the guys are all at the other greenhouses getting them prepped for planting next week. So the first question was, what was the first question? Why do you garden? Why do I garden? We garden because it's just, first of all, it's such a healthy way of living, healthy way of eating, and so rewarding. When you plant these seeds and they germinate and then you transplant them and you get beautiful, beautiful produce like this, there's nothing more rewarding in the world than that. I wouldn't change a thing for the life of me. Now, I was a hairstylist for, I don't know, 35 years. I was a medical secretary in between when I thought I wanted something different. For me to be indoors and work, I don't like it. I like to be outside. I like to do physical work. I'm not a sit down type of person indoors with air conditioning. And no, so gardening is just, I don't know. Anyone that doesn't garden, or they're afraid to garden, I wish they would give it a shot because they would absolutely love it. Anyhow, that is the first question. That's why I garden. And just to have your own produce to eat. You're not buying stuff from the grocery store, not knowing where it comes from or what's on it. Or my grandchildren, for instance, when they eat this kind of stuff, we don't have to worry. And it's great for kids. The younger generation is what excites me because they are learning. Haley and I do, we go into schools and we do talks and we make games for the kids so they learn where things grow or how they grow, because kids just take for granted that things are grown or made from at the grocery store, and that's so untrue. And it's so great to educate the younger generation on how healthy this kind of thing is. So that's the answer to that first question. Okay, and the second question was, why do you YouTube? Well, I didn't know really anything about YouTube. I would go on to, I didn't even know what subscribing to somebody was. I didn't even get it. And then my son, Ethan, he has his own daily vlog channel, Ethan Chalmers Vlogs, and so I thought, you know what, we should start doing videos and educate people on what we do. Now, I know a lot of a lot of YouTubers won't give certain information away, and that's why I love our community, because the ones that I watch, they want to help you. That's what we want to do, is help. I just think it's such a great way to learn and to meet people, and it's just so inspiring. There's so many channels out there that are so inspiring. Even last year when we had our crappy weather, I could say, you get onto YouTube and you start watching these people that are having the same problems as you, but they're still smiling, they're still going on with it, and it just inspires you to get up and go again. YouTube for me is, I love it. Now, mind you, when I have a tag video to do and it takes me a few weeks to do it, I apologize again, but that's just the way it goes with farming, right? You gardening, you can't bring the camera everywhere with you. This year we are planning on doing more video from start to finish, because last year we really didn't. It was just a horrible growing season, so we kind of got down on that. But anyhow, that is why I YouTube. I just love it. I love reading people's comments. I love reading people's comments on other channels. Just learning from different people. Everybody has different techniques of how to do things. What we do, you may not do. We get questions on certain things for here, but somebody else might find it better to do it a different way. So that's what YouTube is great for. That's what I YouTube. And because of my son, Ethan, he really is the one that got me going on this. So that's the answer to that question. I'm going to try not to ramble on too much. So that's the answer to that question. Third question is, how long have you been gardening? Well, I've been gardening, not myself, but as children. My grandparents had a huge garden. They lived across the road from us. And we used to have to go out and pick the beans and strawberries and cucumbers and all that. Mind you, being a child, we really didn't enjoy that a whole lot. But it gave us the know-how, right? We learned a lot from it. And then when we moved out on our own, or when I moved out on my own, I always had a little garden. Wayne and I always had a little garden. We never thought we would be this big into it. The hydroponic end of it, we didn't even know anything about the hydroponics. So that's why so I've basically been gardening pretty much since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And I'm going to continue until the day I die, I would assume. So that's how long I've been gardening. The next question is, what do you grow? Well, we basically grow pretty much everything. We grow pretty much everything. In the lettuce house here, of course, it's all greens and our lettuce, Swiss chard, kale, cilantro, all that kind of stuff. In the fields and the other greenhouses, we grow cucumbers, tomatoes, we grow squash, we grow potatoes, we grow corn, we grow everything. We grow pretty much everything. The only thing I haven't tried is okra, which I'm going to try this year. We did grow okra at one time, but I wasn't sure when to harvest it, and yeah, it just didn't, it just kind of got left. But no, we pretty much grow everything. I enjoy growing pretty much everything. The next question is, what is my favorite thing to grow? I would have to say my favorite thing to grow would be cucumbers, tomatoes, and peppers. Just, they're so they're so fun to watch grow. I get so excited. Even cucumbers, you go in one day and they're not quite ready, but then you go in the next day and they're like ready to go. So easy harvesting as well. I like that. My least favorite would be carrots. Not that that was a question, but I'm not big on growing carrots. Actually, I don't mind growing carrots. I don't like weeding carrots. So that's the only disadvantage of not using any herbicides. But it's, I shouldn't say disadvantage because it's still great not to use that. So that is the answer to that question. So that really didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. Now, as far as the tags, like I said, I wasn't going to tag anyone. Pretty much everybody on my watch channels have already been tagged, so I'm not going to bother you with that because I know how busy everyone is. But the Ontario Gardener, my friend Jake, he's also in Canada. I would like to tag you, Jake, because you have quite a story going on, and I would like to know. We talk quite often, but I want to know these answers. And everybody else would too. And Jake's got an awesome channel. He's just started uploading again. He and his wife are just in the process of buying a bigger farm. His wife does has horses, and she does horse training and stuff like that. And Jake is the gardener. It's a really amazing channel. And he just uploaded another video this morning, which I haven't had a chance to watch. So that's one I'm going to tag. But there's so many, like Ryan over at A Little Dirt Never Hurt. You got to go check that channel out too, because you got to check all these channels out because he is so hilarious. There's not one video that I don't cry laughing. He's just got such a sense of humor, and even when he shows his disaster gardening, it's hilarious. He just puts in, the edits are amazing. Anyway, I'm going to put his link down there as well as Jake's from Ontario Gardener. Go check these channels out because they are amazing. And thank you, CB and Renee and Ed and Trina and Brent for tagging me. And again, I apologize for the third time for it taking me so long to get this done. But anyhow, that's my tag video. I hope you enjoyed. Nothing crazy, but you all have a good day, and we will see you when we start planting next week. Bye-bye.